there are so many clothes in existence. Why do we keep buying new? Why do we keep making new? Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Faye. If you're new here, I am all about thrifting. I work as a thrift stylist. I wrote a book called Upcycling, which is all about elevating the perception of secondhand and really encouraging everybody to think abundantly when it comes to secondhand. So today I thought, because I've had a lot of questions about some of the things that I wear on my TikToks and my Instagrams. If you're not following me there, you can find me at Faye on both of those platforms. I love customizing my thrift. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, because it has been a game changer for me with my personal style and really just creating those like unique, one-of-a-kind quirks and interesting details quite often that I see in high fashion. And I'm like, I'm not spending $10,000 on a jacket. I can do that myself and work with a really great seamstress or a dressmaker to create something that is a lot more budget friendly and still looks decadent and opulence and elevated. I've got two pieces here and I've got some more to show you in the accessories world as well, but let's start with these two. First things first is this two-tone jacket. So I found both of these jackets in a thrift store, and something that I do when I'm thrifting, especially with suiting, because that's a great way to get that kind of high fashion look for less, is I keep an eye out for natural fibers. Not always do you find them, but as much as I can, I try to keep an eye out for that. So these two jackets that I found, would you believe this one is actually 100% bamboo. It feels like a dream. And this one is 100% wool. I worked with my trusty dressmaker to cut them in half and create a new one. I've added a little brooch there, but isn't that cool? Every time I wear this, it feels special. I've got a story to tell. It catches people's eye. Looks great on the back as well. This is a definite favorite of mine. I wear it all the time. The second piece is this maxi skirt. It used to be 3 pairs of jeans, and if you look closely, you can see the different colors, the different panels, and my dressmaker actually did this really cool thing where she almost gave it like a fishtail on the bottom. So again, I'll put some images up on the screen so you can see me wearing it. But I just love this one. It's a great one for like just creating interesting texture and dimension with denim. So I can wear a black denim jacket with this. I could even wear it over this dress, wear it with this whole outfit actually. And again, it's a real talking point. I've seen these with a lot of high fashion brands. Maison Margiela, which I adore, but it's very expensive. And I just thought, why can't I do that myself? And the other reason that I do this is because there are so many clothes in existence. Why do we keep buying new? Why do we keep making new? Why do we keep creating these virgin materials when there is literally so much material in existence, particularly in thrift stores, particularly with denim? It takes like 10,000 liters of water to make 1 pair of jeans. So that's because of the energy, the electricity, the water to clean them, to wash them. When we've got all this material just sitting there, why don't we cut it up and reinvent it? So that's a big like driving force for me, is just thinking mindfully, very demure, thinking sustainably. Getting those looks for less, doing it my way. That's what my book Upcycling is all about. This is something that I've been working on recently. Slowly but surely, I have been thrifting and collecting the highest quality bags and accessories that I can find to customize and create my own designer inspired feel. I found this bag I actually found a few of them, which is very rare, but it was obviously a bigger corporate donation from like a larger fashion brand. I picked up 3 of these. They're in pristine condition. Still got the strap and like it's wrapped in the tissue paper. But what I did was add my own little caption. When they comment on your outfit, like I love saying, thanks, it's thrifted. It gives a thrifted piece that elevated perception, that one-of-a-kind stamp, a talking point, something quirky. And I've also been collecting charms. Charms are everywhere. And there's so many key rings and trinkets and things in thrift stores, in markets, in op shops, secondhand stores, vintage stores. So I've slowly been collecting and then just making like my own little thrifty trinkets. I also did this one, which says La fripe, c'est chic, which is French for secondhand is stylish, secondhand is chic. Haven't added any charms to that yet, but again, the same bag, perfect quality, never been used, but yes, I found it secondhand, and I've added that cute little caption. Very kind of Emily in Paris, right? Maybe I need like a croissant, a baguette, some French fries, I don't know, we'll see what the thrift angels in the universe delivers. This other one, I'm obsessed with. She's giving tiny thrift bag energy. I just love being quirky and different with my thrift finds, and I think this is really like hitting it for me. The charms on here are so cute. I wear Jordans all the time, so I can't believe I found this. Found that at a little market. Sushi, which I love, and another one of these little furry dudes. And it just gives it that quirk. It's something unusual. It's a talking point. It's funny. It's irreverent. Love. Okay, we've got a crescent moon. Look at this little brooch. Shipping vibes and like a little starburst. And what I love about this is it's interchangeable. So depending on what your outfit is, depending on what you're wearing, you can totally switch out the brooches. It's just so fun to play, and I always wear brooches on my jackets, but I just like the idea of doing something different with them. So this is another one of my fave pieces. Something else I always look out for in thrift stores is super long leather belts. They're mostly in the men's section, but as we know, sections don't really mean that much in a thrift store, and I like to think in a genderless way of dressing. The reason I like them long is because I love to add trinkets to them. The way I wear them, you pull them in nice and tight, and then the little tooth that's on the belt, you put that up the top, and then you bring this bottom bit up. So then you've got a little loop in there. Can you see? Can you see? And then the end goes through here to create that awesome knot. Then it's time to play. So you just add them through the holes. Just do them up, position them in place. I like to mix my metals, but if you're a purist, you can obviously just do the one tone, but I like to mix it up. There's fishy. So the nature of thrifting is obviously it's slower, right? And you're not always going to find exactly what you want straight away, but that's what I love about it, because it becomes this never-ending treasure hunt, and you're always looking for those special trinkets to add to your collection. And that's what I've been doing for years, is just collecting like the right belts, the right bling, the right brooches, so I can, you know, slowly create this custom thrift wardrobe. There we go. And see? I'll put some images up on the screen again, because this format is frustrating for full length stuff, but yeah. Brooch belt. So this is something I love to do as well. I will add my initials. This is my favorite belt. It's so insanely long, the most beautiful leather. I do the loop with this all the time, add brooches to it. And then it's got that little personal touch. that little custom moment. It's a bit of a dying art though. It's really hard to find people that do this now, but bootmakers traditionally used to have that service available. But yeah, it is pretty rare these days. My advice is jump on Google, type in leather embossing, customization, personalization, things like that, and see what comes up. Embroidery is great too. You can add that to t-shirts, to jackets, or you can paint things, which is the last thing I want to show you. I love to paint and customize my jackets. So this was inspired by a Dries Van Noten coat that I saw that I absolutely loved, but it was like $6,000 or $7,000. They had gold, but I wanted to do something different because I'd already done a gold one, which I'll show you in a minute. I like it just kind of hanging loosely, but it looks great belted as well. And on this one, I would probably definitely add just silver brooches or like lots of silver chunky chains, as you can see in these pics and videos that I'm adding up on the screen. It's so interesting. It kind of looks like it's a corset over the jacket. And I really enjoy the process of painting and creating these custom thrift pieces. Look at this one. Love the mother. And we've got a little rose in the pocket there, rose down there, and it's 100% wool. So you always look inside, always see what the tags are going to tell you. But yeah, I love that one too. I'll show you the gold one. This was a longer jacket, and I hand painted it gold and cut it in half. And I left the back, so it's two-tone, and this is the bottom part. I actually wear this as like a peplum corset belt. Do her up. I mean, it sort of sits flush, but it's not, you know, not as snatched as it should be. The trusty world's longest belt comes in. And then what I like to do is kind of fan this out a bit so you get that like paper bag waist sort of feel to it. And then you've got this awesome two-piece. And you can split it up. Obviously you can wear the suit jacket, you know, over all sorts of things with a high-waisted jean and a singlet over a slip dress. And then you could add this to a black dress or any kind of dress, mesh dress, or even over a t-shirt under a suit jacket. So you don't necessarily have to wear them together. But every time I'm customizing something, I'm thinking, how can I use every inch of it? Like I don't want to have any waste, or, you know, minimal waste. So this was kind of where it went initially, and then it ended up just being so cool, right? And I just thought, I even customize artwork. So let me show you a piece that my husband and I made from textile waste. Okay, so this is the artwork that my husband and I made. I'll insert a video of the process too, so you can see. That was it's on my TikTok and my Instagram. But we thrifted the canvas. It was a completely different color, so we painted over that and created the beautiful white base. And then all of this kind of amazing texture in the middle is actually leftover linen fabric that I had from a DIY, and I couldn't bear to throw it out, so I wanted to keep it and come up with something cool to re-love it. And we moved into this place just under a year ago, so we're slowly like adding our little personal touches to it. And I wanted to do something that honors secondhand, that really highlights what you can do with perceived textile waste. So kind of taking that waste and making it beautiful and decadent and a piece of art. Because I really believe that we've got to change the way that we look at all of this. We've got to change the way that we look at waste, the way that we look at secondhand, and make it beautiful. And why can't it be art? So yeah, she sits very nicely in our lounge room. And this mannequin over here is another DIY that I'm working with my neighbor on. So we're actually going to turn it into a light. So I found the lampshade Going to paint that black, maybe put gold underneath it, and then we're going to cover it in some laser cut letters that spell the name of my book, but in an abstract way. So we're slowly getting there with that one, but yeah. Oh, and I thrifted this authentic Versace silk pillow slip for 15 bucks. Oh my God, I love it so much. It's become like my baby blanket. I have to sit with it every time I'm on the couch. There we go. Waste isn't waste until we waste it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some cool ideas. I have actually been working on an upcycled thrift or custom thrift collection that I'm gonna drop soon on my Opshopulence website. Definitely stay tuned. Limited edition, one of a kind of everything, small run, all made and sourced by me. So I'm really excited to share it with you and to get you on that train. Opulence, the decadence, and the endless possibilities that there are with secondhand. You don't have to sacrifice style. You don't have to feel lesser than. You can be just as glamorous and fabulous. In fact, I think you're cooler because you're doing something that is much better for people and the planet, right? Lots of love.